The drug maker Johnson & Johnson says it will delay the rollout of its COVID-19 vaccine in Europe. That's after health authorities in the U.S. moved to suspend the use of the shot due to health concerns. While more than 6.8 million doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine have already been administered in the U.S., most with no or very mild side effects. But U.S. health bodies are now investigating unusual blood clots that occurred in 6 women under the age of 50. The cases appear similar to a rare clotting disorder European authorities say could be linked to the AstraZeneca vaccine. Let's get you more on this. We can speak now to Eric Van Ding. He is an epidemiologist and senior fellow at the Federation of American Scientists in Washington, D.C. Doctor, thank you very much for joining us. What do you make of this decision?
Well, I think this decision, I want to emphasize, is a very brief temporary pause. The FDA says it might be just a few days while they investigate out of abundance of caution. You know, there's 6 cases, but there's 6 cases out of almost 7 million vaccinations delivered. To put that in perspective, that's 1 in a million. That is 10 times lower than what you observe in Germany and 4 times lower than what you observe in the UK. So this is a very, very low risk thing so far. And Johnson & Johnson is not a major vaccine yet. It's only 5% of all vaccines currently delivered into the arms in the US. So I think it's our abundance of caution, and the risk is much lower than what you've seen with AstraZeneca.
So what does this mean for the mass vaccination plan underway in the US? I mean, will the impact be minimal?
Yeah, I think the impact will be very minimal. First of all, it's only for a few days, we believe. And Pfizer Moderna, we are rolling out 25 million doses in the United States a week of Pfizer Moderna. And again, Johnson & Johnson is only a small 5% of all the doses delivered into each arms. So it will be very minimal. The pause will be very short. The risk is much lower than what we've seen. And it's out of abundance of caution. The main reason I think they said they did this is because it's a very unique type of clotting that is very rarely seen. They think it's an autoimmune, perhaps. And the drug heparin that normally treats clots doesn't help this. So they want to just put this out as a warning that occasionally we might see this. It will not affect U.S. vaccine rollout in any way.
Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, we are trying to keep this in perspective, and you're doing that as well for us, but this is not going to help with vaccine confidence. How worried are you that the pause of yet another vaccine could stoke global skepticism about COVID-19 inoculations?
Right. I think in certain ways, obviously, it's very frustrating for AstraZeneca what happened. In Johnson & Johnson, you know, some say it's maybe a class effect because it's the same adenovirus class, a different type of adenovirus. But I don't think it should affect hesitancy of the mRNA vaccines, of the other vaccines, Novavax. They're completely different classes, different worlds in terms of how they were built. But I think this is, again, extremely low risk. The Johnson & Johnson, they're actually testing another booster shot. They haven't paused that trial yet, to my knowledge. So I personally think this will be a temporary pause, and once we clear it up that it's not related, or that it is, but perhaps incredibly, incredibly low compared to the actual known benefits of this vaccine against a very heated pandemic, I think overall it would not make that much of a dent on hesitancy.
All right, Dr. Eric Van Ding, epidemiologist and senior fellow at the Federation of American Scientists in Washington, D.C. Thank you, sir, for your time.
Take care.